How you doing, everybody? Vlog style video here today. We've got some other videos we just recorded over the last week. Some pretty cool ones actually. I'm excited for them to come out. There's a chicken 101 video, which I love my chickens. Really love the chickens. They're easy. Well, I find them easy. That is to say, they're profitable and they're friendly and they're fun. So keep an eye out for that video. That should be coming out shortly. It's just being edited as we speak. It's raining here now. It's today actually, which is good because we've had a long dry spell just before this, so I'm hoping this will help the garden a lot. And I put in some carrot seeds yesterday for the autumn, and carrot seeds, you really don't want them to dry out, so it's means I have to work in the rain today, but at least the carrots will come up. So I'll just finish polishing my boots and we'll hit the garden. So like I said, grey and overcast today, raining, but I'm still in a t-shirt and shorts because it's still summer. So we got lots to do in the garden today. I've been working very hard. I got married there recently, so the garden got neglected for a few weeks. I was still doing the basics, but the weeds just, even in these no-till beds, the weeds just ran away with it. So the last 2 or 3 days I've been clearing out the polytunnel, I've been clearing out the beds. But there's a benefit to that, a great benefit. We're aiming to get 6 tons of homemade compost this year. And I'll show you the compost bins behind me. We're well on the way. I'd say there's about 6 cubic tons in the compost beds at the moment. Obviously that'll rot down to about, I would say, 2.5 cubic tons of material, which means we're nearly halfway there, and we're only in the start of August, so that's pretty good. Another video that's going to be coming at you soon is seed saving video, because a lot of our stuff in that hot spell went to seed. So we have the spinach gone to seed. I'm waiting on the beetroot seeds to finish up, be ready. We've already harvested Mizuna seeds, turnip seeds. I'm just looking in the polytunnel to see what we have hanging up in there. There's a few different seeds already in there. A lot of the mustards went to seed, so we've got red frill, we've got green frill, and I think we have landcress as well gone to seed. So there'll be a video of that coming up soon. Obviously I can't do it today, it's raining. We kind of need dry weather so the plants are dry, the seeds are dry when they go in to hang, otherwise they just go mouldy. So today's just going to be a vlog. We've got some other stuff coming up. Just got to get some, oh, it's getting heavy out here. I got to plan out some seeds. I've got to continue weeding in the garden. I've got, we have 4 beds, or we have 6 beds here at the moment this side of me. I have 4 of them finished, so 2/3 the way there. Today hopefully, I don't know, I mightn't do it in the rain because dry weather is really the best for weeding, but if not, we can go into the polytunnel. I still have a little bit to do there and I clear out. So I'm just going to show you the garden and then I'm going to get started. Okay, so here we have some kale. Boy, it's coming down now. Here we have some kale. This is, believe it or not, a dwarf variety, red curl kale. I think I mentioned that in another video coming up talking about the kale. So this went in May, and it's still producing. Like, this has been producing since. So I was just outside. I know I said I'd give you a garden tour. I did try. There's lashing rain out there at the moment. And actually, I was recording in the rain. As you can see, I'm soaking wet. But I'm recording with my phone at the moment. And the rain was hitting the screen and actually zooming in and out. The phone was registering raindrops as my fingers and zooming in and out. I actually stopped the recording as well. So I was in the middle of the story about the kale. There's a video that will include that coming out anyway. But I just wanted to talk about the carrots. The carrots were there in front of me when I was standing there. The carrots, we've always had a problem here with carrot root fly. the carrot root fly, they come in, they bore into the carrot, make them not very appetizing, leave holes all over them, and definitely not saleable. Now, this year we did not have a problem, but this is the only second year we're in this plot, and the first year we've grown carrots in this plot. So possibly they're just not in the ground here yet. They might migrate from the kitchen garden as soon as they smell the carrots. I don't know. But possibly the reason is we sowed these between rows of garlic, and carrot root fly hate the smell of garlic. Well, they don't hate the smell of garlic, but it confuses them, so they don't smell the carrots. Now, I'll get on. I'm going to do a bit of work in here because, like I said, it's lashing outside. Hopefully, if it dries up, I can bring out and show you the garden again. But it's nice to be inside in the polytunnel. Anyway, I've done a couple of days' work here, or I've done one day's work actually already, one morning's work, just weeding out. Unfortunately, I didn't get a before video, but it was very, very messy in here. The tomato beds were weedy. Over here, where I've got tarps down, ready to make some beds, the weeds had actually come in over the sides of that, and it was like nettles up here. So let's get on. Let's finish the job. I only have this corner to do down here beside my seating bench, which actually I might make a video about that coming up, because that's quite an interesting thing, because we do soil blockers. So I'll show you that, my system for that, once we get set up here. Alright, so this is the sort of stuff I'm on about. As you can see, like, you know, it's 4 foot tall there. It's really ran away with us. I'm going to move all these tables and stuff into the center of the polytunnel, which is where they're going to live eventually anyway, so that I can get beds either side of it and still have room to work. I've already started here. Where it was behind me was all this stuff. Yeah, so I'm just going to move the beds, or move the working spaces, and get in behind here, tarp everything off, and then we'll be ready to go. Moving stuff on your own like this is a pain in the hole, but I'm the only one up at the moment. Mrs. Vegbox is still fast asleep, so it just has to be done sometimes, these things. These are all the trays from the soil blocking, which we will get to in another video very soon. I need to do some soil blocking soon anyway. I need to get a lot more seeds in for the autumn and for the winter and spring, so that's coming up. In the early spring, every single one of these is used up. Every single one of these trays is chock-a-block full. Underneath here I've stored lots of pieces of plastic that came with the polytunnel that I cut off the ends, cut off when I was doing the doors, things like that. So I'm going to sort it out now. I'm going to bag up all the small pieces ready to go for recycling, and stack the small pieces somewhere a bit safer, or the big pieces somewhere a bit safer. So that's the rubbish out of it. It will be going for recycling. They kind of, I don't know where you are, but here in Europe they recycle most plastics at this stage for things like duvets, etc. to get made out of it. That's the stuffing for those duvets, those real high top duvets. We have some most of it was bigger pieces. It's just over here. I'll be using that for things that can be reused for things like cloches. A friend of mine actually is making a timber drying kiln, solar kiln, so he'll probably take some of that for his timber kiln. and this will go for recycling. Obviously not ideal. I mean, this is out of the whole process of putting up the polytunnels, the doors, making these big cloches, etc. That's the only rubbish out of it, but still not ideal. I would much prefer to have a glass house. Obviously there's a carbon footprint associated with glass as well, but it lasts much longer if you look after it, and also actually makes a better greenhouse. So this is going for recycling. Like I said, I'm not that concerned about getting all the roots out. I just wanted to get the bulk of the stuff gone so that when I put the tarp down, it'll sit flat. Because I have had problems before with particularly thistles pushing up if it's not completely flat. Yeah, it's ideal to have some material there just to rot into the soil. As you can see, there's still some stuff left here after the tarp is moved. The tarp has been on there about 4 weeks, I'd say, about a month. But what's left there is actually all thistles. I can never seem to get rid of them. I left the tarp there for 4 months on the other side. The thistles still looked like this when I took it up. So I'm just going to hoe them out, and then I'm going to make a bed. A couple of beds for seeding some autumn crops for the polytunnel. That's it for this video, I think, probably. But like I said, we've got some really cool videos coming up in the near future. There's a couple of videos about the chickens. So if you want looking into raising chickens, either on a small scale commercial venture like ours, or just for your home garden, do check it out. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so when that video comes out, you'll know about it. I will also be doing a video covering chicken diseases and chicken ailments, things to watch out with for your chickens. I'll be doing a video about this whole soil blocking procedure as well. Soil blocking is so you're using compressed blocks of soil instead of plastic trays, which was important to me. I didn't want to buy it when I was starting up. I didn't want to buy a whole load of plastic. So apart from obviously the plastic tunnel, which we've already gone over. So if you're interested in that video, stick around on this channel. Those few videos will be coming out in the very near future. There's a couple other videos in the works as well, already being edited, including a harvest video, a blog on our harvest day, where we bring you out in the garden harvesting. We bring you to our CSA drop-off. We go through all about our CSA, and we go to the market as well. We do a pre-order market there in Roscommon as well. So we'll go through all of that with you. That's it, and we'll see you in the near future. I'm gonna have to move you guys.